Good morning, students. Now start the next part of the chapter, that is the substitution method for solving the linear equations. We have learned how can we solve the equations by using the graphical method. Now in this part we will study how can we solve the equations by using the substitution method. So in this method I am taking one example for explaining this part, that is the substitution method. This is the first part of the first question. The first equation is x plus y is equal to 14 and the second one is x minus y is equal to 4. And you have to solve it by using the substitution method. So in substitution method, first we find the value of one of the variable, that is either the x or the y. So I am going to find out the value of x here from the equation first. So you can take any of the equation, either the equation 1 or equation 2 for finding the value. So I am taking the equation 1. We will write here like from equation 1. From equation 1 we know that x plus y is equal to 14. So x is equal to 14 minus y. Okay. So first we find the value of one of the variable from one of the equation. We can write it like the equation 3rd. Now we will put this value, we will substitute this value in the other equation. This is the other equation, that is x minus y is equal to 4. So we will substitute this value of x in equation 2nd. So we will write here by putting the value of x in equation 2nd. Equation 2nd is x minus y is equal to 4. So we will put the value of x from the equation 3rd and in this equation 2nd. X is equal to 14 minus 5 minus y is equal to 4 and then solve it. 14 minus 2y. Then we will bring this 14 towards the right hand side and the sign will be changed. It will become 4 minus 14. Then minus 2y is equal to minus 10 and then y is equal to minus 10 upon minus 2. It is 5. So this is the value of 5. Now you will put this value of y in this equation, equation 3rd. So what is equation 3rd? Equation 3rd is x is equal to 14 minus 5. It means the equation in which we find out the value of the one of the variable. So in this equation 3rd we find out the value of x which we put in the equation 2nd. So again in this equation we will put the value of y. Same as you can also find out the value of x by putting the value in equation 1 or equation 2. Answer will be also there if you put the value in equation 1, equation 2 or equation 3. So x is equal to 14 minus 5. X will be equal to 9. So these are the value of x and y. So this is a very simple method. This is called a substitution method, in which you substitute the value of one of the variable in the other equation. Now I am going to explain one more question from the first question. One more part of the first question, or if you want to write the values, if you want to write the answer, then you can pause the video for writing the answer. Okay. Now I am going to explain the other part of the question first. This is a question number 5. I am taking the question number 5 because in this question the numbers are in roots and most of the students have problem in roots. So the parts which I am not doing here, you will do yourself, or if you have any problem in any part, you can ask me in your Zoom class. So it's really important to attend all the Zoom classes. So you can, in Zoom classes, you can ask your doubts. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2nd. And according to the method, what will you do? We will find out one of the variable from one of the equation, either from the 1 or the 2nd equation, and then we will put this value of variable in the other equation. Suppose we are taking the equation 1, and in this part, in this question, I am going to find out the value of y. In first part we find the value of x. So in second part we are going to find the value of y here. So root 3y is equal to root 2x will be there on this RHS will be negative. It will become negative. So the value of y is minus 2 root upon root 3. This is the equation 3rd. So one of the equation you will find the value of one of the variable. either x or y. So this is the value of y. Now we will put this value y in equation second. Equation second is root 3x minus under root 8y is equal to 0. So now we are going to put the value of y in equation second. So you can write here by putting the value of y in equation second. So root 3x minus under root 8. In place of y we will write it minus root 2 upon x upon root 3 is equal to 0. The root 3x minus minus will become plus. Root 8 root 2 will be root 16 and root 16 means 4. है ना? 4 4 जा 16. 4x upon root 3 is equal to 0. Now, how can you solve it? Is it fraction? Yes. So we can solve fraction by taking LCM. So the LCM is under root 3. The root 3 into root 3 will become 3x plus 4x upon root 3 is equal to 0. It will become 7x upon root 3 is equal to 0. When this in cross multiplication, we will take this root 3 towards this side. In multiplication with 0, it will become 0. So 7x is equal to 0. And what is the value of x here? X upon 0 upon 7, that is 0. So this is the value of x. Now you can put this value in either one of the equation, either 1, 2 or 3. So I am putting this value x in equation second. Y is equal to under root 2 minus upon root 3. Now in place of x we will write it 0. So the answer will be 0. So we got the values of x and y, it is equal to 0. So this is called a substitution method. So the remaining part you will do yourself, or in case of any doubt you can ask me in your Zoom class. So by pause this video you can write the solution of this fifth part of the question first. Now the second question. I am going to rub this board now. In second question, solve 2x plus 3y is equal to 11. Okay. The board is wet, that's why it's not visible. 2x plus 3y is equal to 11. And second one is 2x minus 4y is equal to minus 24. So again you have to solve the equation by using the substitution method. So in substitution method we know that, so for solving the equation, first we will find the value of either x or y from one of the equation, either 1 or 2. So I am going to find out the value of x from the equation 1. You can write from equation 1. This is 2x plus 3y is equal to 11. So 2x will be equal to 11 minus 3y. And 2 will be there in denominator. 11 minus 3y upon 2. This is the equation third. So first, what we have to do? We will find out the one of the variable. So this is the value of x. Now we will put this value of x in equation second. 2x minus 4y is equal to minus 24. This is equation second. Now I am going to put the value of x in equation second. So in place of x we will write 11 minus 3y upon 2 minus 4y is equal to minus 24. Okay. And then 2 will cancel out with 2. And it will be 11 minus 3y minus 4y is equal to minus 24. So 11 minus 7y is equal to minus 24. Then this 11 will be there towards RHS and its sign will be changed. Minus 24 minus 11. Then minus 7y is equal to minus 35. And then y is equal to minus 35 upon minus 7. It means it is 5. So we find out the value of y here. It is equal to 5. Again I have to rub this board. So you can write the answer of second question in your notebook by pause this video. So I am going to rub this part of the board. So okay, what was the value of x in the equation third? It was 11 minus 3y upon 2. So now what will you do? You will put the value of y in either one of the equation 1, 2 or 3. So x is equal to 11 minus 3 into how much? 5 upon 2. Then x is equal to 11 minus 15 upon 2. X is equal to minus 4 upon 2. Then what is the value of x here? It is minus 2. So you solve both of the equations by using the graphical method. Now we have find the value of x and y. Now the next part of the question is, hence find the value of m for which y is equal to mx plus 3. In question second, you have to find the value of m. So now you know the value of x and y. You will put this value in this equation. That is, y is how much? 5. M into x is how much? It is minus 2 plus 3. And then solve it. 5 is equal to minus 2m plus 3. 3 will be there with the negative sign. And it will be 2 is equal to minus 2m. And what is the value of m? M is equal to 2 upon minus 2, that is minus 1. So this is the value of m. This is the equation. This is the question number 2. Now we will do the question 3rd. Actually, third questions have lots of parts. It has 6 parts, and it is actually the problem based questions. And for problem based question, it's very important that you should know how can we write the equations first. So first you should know how can we write the equations, and then you can use any of the method for solving the equation. So the third question is, the difference between the two numbers is 26. So there are two number and the difference is 26. So since the number have a difference, it means the one of the number should be greater than one should be the smaller. So we can say that the larger number is x and the smaller number is y. So this is the third question, first part. Let larger number is equal to x and the smaller number is y. Okay. So we have two numbers in which one is the larger and one is the smaller. So the difference of the number is 26. So we can say larger minus the smaller is equal to 26. This is the equation first. One number is 3 times the other. So just think. Suppose these are two numbers, 36 and 12. We know that this number is 3 times the other. So what will you do? You will also multiply it by 3 to make them equal. So if I am saying that x is larger than the y, so obviously x is 3 times the y. So we can say that x is equal to 3y. Since it is already 3 times, so we will not multiply it by 3. We will multiply by 3 by this number, the smaller one, so that they becomes equal. This is the equation second. And again you can solve it by using substitution method. So I am going to solve this question, and the other part I will only make the equations of the questions, or you will solve yourself, or in case of any problem you have June class for answers. Okay, for your doubts. X is equal to 3y. Now we put the value of x in this equation 1. So we can write in by putting the value of x. Value of x in equation 1 from equation 2. From equation 2. So x minus y is equal to 26. This is equation 1, and we are putting 3y in place of x. This is called the substitution method. We are substituting the value of x in equation first. 3y minus y is equal to 26. Then 2y is equal to 26. Then what is the value of y? Y is 13. And now we can put this value of 13 in one of the equation to find out the value of x. So now we are putting the value of y in equation second. X is equal to 3y. Then x is equal to 3 into 13. X is equal to 39. So this is the value of x. You can solve your answer. You can check your answers either it is correct or not by putting the value in equations. Like it is given that the difference of the number is 26. So is the difference between the 13 and 39 is 26? Yes, it is. And one of the number is 3 times the other. So is it 3 times of this one? Yes. It means we have done the correct part. So this is the first part of the question third. Now other part I will make only the equations and you will solve yourself. I'm going to rub this board. Again you can pause video for writing the answers. Okay, the second part. Second part is the larger of the two supplementary angles. You know what are the supplementary angles? The angles which have the sum of 180 are called the supplementary angles. So if the supplementary angles are not equal, it means one of the angle is larger and one of the angle is smaller. So if there is given that the two supplementary angles exceed in which the larger angle is exceed the smaller by 18. It means in supplementary angles both the angles are not equal, one is greater and one is a smaller number. So first we will say that let the larger of supplementary angle is equal to x. We know that these are the supplementary angles, it means their sum is 180. So one of the larger number is x and the smaller number of these from this supplementary angle is y. Since the angles are supplementary, so first equation will be x plus y is equal to 180. Since we know that the sum of the supplementary angle is of 180. And it is given that the larger of the two supplementary angle exceed the smaller by 18. So this one is the larger and this one is the smaller. It means this number is greater than this number by 18. So it means if we subtract the smaller number from the larger number, it is equal to the 18. This one is equation 1 and this one is equation 2. Again you can solve it by using the substitution method. Or in case of doubt, you have your Zoom class. So third part. The most important part for the question is, for solving any question is, first of all, you know how can we make the equations. And then you should know then what are the different methods to solve the equations. So the third part is, a coach of a cricket team buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,800. We don't know the value of what is the cost of the bat and the ball. So let's the cost of one bat is equal to x and the cost of one ball is equal to y. So 7 bats and 6 balls. So the cost of, if the cost of the one bat is x rupees, what should be the cost of 7 bat? It will be 7x. Suppose the cost of the one bat is 100 rupees. Then what should be the cost of 7 bats? It will be 7 into 100. So the cost of 7 bat is 7x and the cost of how much balls? 6 balls will be 6y is equal to 3,800. This is the equation 1. Let Rashi buy 3 bats and 5 balls. The cost of 3 bats is 3x and the 5 ball is 5y is equal to how much? It is 1750. This is the equation 2. And again you will solve it by using the substitution method. Yes. So either you can find the value of x here or the y and then substitute this value in equation 2. Okay, now the fourth part of this question, third. The taxi charges in a city consist of the fixed charge together with the charge for the distance covered. So just take an example. Suppose in a taxi, you hire a taxi and in a taxi, the taxi driver say that it has a fixed charges together with the cost of per kilometer. Suppose you have to go the distance up to the 5 km and according to the driver, the cost, there is a fixed charge that is 50 rupees definitely he will take. And then the further cost depends on the distance covered by you. Suppose he said that the 1 km for the, for 1 km he will take 10 rupees. So it means for the 5 km, first you will give him 50 rupees plus 10 rupees for 1 km, 20 rupees for 2 km and the 50 rupees for the 5 km. It means what you have to pay, the fixed charge and the cost of the distance covered by the taxi driver. So it means in the question is 10 km you have to pay rupees 105. So first you will say that let the fixed charge, let fixed charge is equal to rupees x. So x rupees is a fixed charge, Definitely he will take this fixed charge. And the per kilometer charge. Per kilometer charge means it depends on the distance covered by you. Okay, this is rupees 5. For the 10 kilometer, X rupees you have to pay. This is a fixed charge. And suppose suppose the driver is taking Y rupees for the 1 kilometer, then how much amount he will pay? He will take for 10 kilometer. He will take 10 Y rupees. 1 किलोमीटर के लिए Y रुपए देने हैं, 10 किलोमीटर के लिए कितने रुपए देने होंगे? 10 Y. And is equal to 105 rupees is the total cost. And according to the other part, for the 15 kilometer he will charge rupees 155. For the X is the fixed charge. Definitely he will take this charge. And for the 15 kilometer, since the charge for the 1 kilometer is Y rupees, so the charge for the 15 kilometer will be, yes, it will be 15 by. This is the equation. Second, again you will use the substitution method. Now the question number fifth part of the third question. The fraction becomes 9 upon 11 if 2 added to numerator and the denominator. And finally you have to find the fraction. We know that in a fraction there is a numerator and the denominator. The upper part of the fraction is called the numerator and the lower part is called the denominator. So the numerator of fraction is equal to x and the denominator of the fraction is y. So according to question 9 upon 11 becomes a fraction if 2 added to both the numerator and denominator. This is the fraction and we are going to add 2 on numerator and 2 on denominator. Then the fraction become 9 upon 11. This is the question. If we add 2 on both the numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 9 upon 11. Again I am going to rub this board. You can pause video for writing the answers. So this is the equation first. And you can simplify this equation by using the cross multiplication method. इसको इधर ले जाओ मल्टीप्लाई में, इसको इधर ले जाओ. तो ये कितना आएगा? 11 into x plus 2 is equal to 9 into y plus 2. And then simplify it. 11x plus 22 is equal to 9y plus 18. This 22, when it will be there on the RHS, the sign will be changed. 9y plus 18 minus 22. So 11x is equal to 9y minus 4. This is the first equation. And the second one is, if 3 added to both numerator and denominator, it becomes 5.6. Again, you are adding 3 in numerator and 3 in denominator. The fraction becomes 5.6. So again, we can simplify it by using the cross multiplication method. 6 will multiply with both 3 and x and 5 with both y and 3. So it will be 6x plus 6 3 is 18 is equal to 5y plus 5 3 is 15. So 6x is equal to 5y. When this 18 will be there on RHS, its sign will be changed. So it will be minus 3. This is equation second. So again you can solve it by using the substitution method. You can find the value of x here from here. 11 will be there in denominator and then put the value of x here in this equation second. And finally, the last question of this exercise is, you will solve all the questions yourself, and if in case of any doubt, you will ask me in a Zoom class. Yes. So this is the question number 6. 5 years hence, the age of Jacob will be the 3 times that of his son. So we don't know about the age of Jacob and his son. So let's take the age of Jacob is x. The most important thing is you will take the present age of Jacob. So let present age of Jacob is equal to x. And the present age of his son is equal to y. So 5 years hence, it means after 5 years. So suppose you are of 15 years. What will be your age after 5 years? It will be 15 plus 5. So same as in case of Jacob. Now the present age of Jacob is x. So what will be his age after 5 years? It will be x plus 5. This is the Jacob age after 5 years. And his son age will be 5 plus 5. So according to question, Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. So it means this value is 3 times that of this value. It means suppose ये Jacob की एज है और ये बेटे की एज है और मैं ये कह रही हूँ कि ये एज इसकी 3 टाइम्स है, तो हम दोनों को इक्वल करने के लिए क्या करोगे? बेटी की एज को भी 3 टाइम्स कर दो, हो गए दोनों बराबर. So this is the Jacob age. It is already 3 times that of his son age. It means we can make them equal by multiplying by 3 to the son age. So this is the equation first. Again you can simplify it. 5 year ago means before 5 years. Now suppose you are 15 years old, then what was your age 5 years back? You was 15 minus 5, that is 10 years. Same as for Jacob and his son. 5 years ago the Jacob was x minus 5 and his son was 5 minus 5. So Jacob was 7 times that of his son. So this is the age of Jacob. It is equal to 7 times that of his son. So again you can simplify it and then can solve it by using substitution method. So this is all about the exercise 3.3. Again this is in a homework, and in case of doubt we have Zoom class. Okay, bye.